What's happening, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and guys, I really need you to watch this right to the end because, oh my gosh, the hypocrisy, the double standard, oh, the delicious irony. Just watch this, just check this out, and then we'll get into it.
Police officers have been issued a blunt ultimatum: take the jab within 2 weeks or face suspension without pay. The move has outraged some serving and former officers. A new police union is even being contemplated to fight the vaccine mandate.
They're trained to take orders.
Hey! Oh my days, I'm sorry, I know this is petty, but what is with those hats? What is with them hats? Those hats are ridiculous. Those, oh, I know it's really petty, I know it's silly, but those stupid cowboy hats, come on. What the hell is that?
But for some men and women in blue, forced vaccinations are something they simply can't stand for.
They're being told within 2 weeks they could be suspended without pay, which is a ridiculous overreach.
The Commissioner emailing from 5 October 2021, an employee who refuses to follow the direction will be provided with 7 days to state why suspension without pay should not be implemented. Phil Notaro was an officer for more than 3 decades. He's well known within the service, having been on the union executive.
I honestly think that the police service could lose up to 10% of their members.
Serving police officers can't speak to media without approval, but they are venting their anger in closed chat groups. Katarina Carroll, you have betrayed and failed your officers and the people of Queensland. The officer the QPS wants me to be right now is not what I signed up for. I live in a state of panic.
See, it's not about being vax or anti-vax. It's about pro-choice.
That sounds awfully familiar. That's how it's about being pro-choice. I've heard people saying something very eerily similar to that before. I don't know who said it, but I've definitely heard that before. I'm sure those people got called names as well. Do you think these police officers are going to get called names for saying the exact same thing? Maybe we'll have to see.
The police union is backing the QPS, as the Commissioner of Police has advised this direction is lawful and must be followed.
The anger is white hot amongst police officers.
Jack Maguire is considering launching a competing union. His group already opposes vaccine mandates for nurses and teachers.
We are experiencing unbelievable growth at the moment of people leaving their unions and coming to join us.
Over an issue on the front line of public debate.
And Ben Murphy joins us in the studio now. And Ben, what have Queensland Police had to say on the issue?
QPS made no one available for interview today. The Commissioner issued a statement saying police are more exposed to COVID-19 than most occupations, and officers have died from the virus around the world, including 90 in the United Kingdom. Katarina Carroll says the mandate is a key part of planning for what may be a worst-case scenario.
Now, I don't know how much you guys know about what's going on in Australia, but for you uninitiated, for you who don't know, Australia has become a totalitarian police state. They are far worse than it is here in the UK. It's far, far worse than it is in France. It's way worse than it is in the United States. It's probably the worst place to be on earth right now because their government are complete and utterly insane COVID zealots. And the fact that these police officers are now bitching about the same exact laws that they've been enforcing for the last God knows how long, now all of a sudden that it applies to them, it's a problem. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, these laws, you're expecting us to do this now. You're expecting us to get the treatment now. What you on about? Like, this doesn't apply to us. I'm a police officer. I enforce the law. I don't follow these laws. That's for the plebs. But no. The government have decided, nope, it's time for you to get yours. That treatment is coming for you too, lads and ladies. So you better roll your sleeves up and take that shit, because you have been shoveling this shit down everyone else's throats for the last 19 months. You guys have been out there trampling on people's freedom, trampling on people's just everyday lives, being insane lunatics. I mean, these are the very same police officers who are running around beating up a 72-year-old woman. Yeah, that's right. A 72, sorry, not even 72. She was a 74-year-old woman, battering her, pepper spraying her, and all because she wanted to live a normal life. She didn't want to live in a totalitarian hellhole. All she wanted to do was just get on with her normal life like she has been doing for the last God knows how long. 74 years, obviously. But all of a sudden, because of said manufactured incident, all of a sudden, everything's changed. Now, the government are allowed to tell you what to do, where to go, with whom you can associate, and when. And obviously, freedom-loving, libertarian people like myself are just not going to tolerate that. And now that this legislation is coming for them, now they want to kick off. Now they want to complain. Now they want to start a new union. It's very telling that. It's very telling how a lot of these people really are. Because if you look around the world, like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you look at, like, in the United States, where their police officers got told, yep, it's time for your treatment as well. What happened? They absolutely kicked off. They were like, nah, it's not happening. It's not happening to me. You can forget about it. And they're getting dragged for the courts. Some of the states have even just dropped it and said, actually, you guys are exempt, because they see the dissent coming. See, these people will these people will carry on with this nonsense as long as we allow it, unless we put our foot down unanimously, united, and say no more. Yes, do what you feel is right for you, but do not force me or anyone else to do something that they don't want to do. Until these people get that message through their heads, it will carry on. And this shows what's happening in the United States and in Australia with these coppers, shows that when a united group say absolutely not, things will change. Things will go back to normal. Exemptions will happen. All this kind of stuff. To the guy who said anger is white hot amongst the police officers, mate, have you looked around your country? It's been going off for the last few months. Where were your opinions then? Where were you and these police officers who think it should be pro-choice and all the rest of it? Where were they then? They were busy smashing in the heads of the dissenters. Have you seen what happened to the tradesmen in Australia when they protested the mandates? Yeah, the police were there, cracking skulls like they usually are. There wasn't any of these people popping up on the TV saying that, oh yeah, it needs to be this and it needs to be that, it needs to be pro-choice and all the rest of it. Where were you guys then? You didn't have much to say then. When the police were busy running around pepper spraying grannies, they weren't saying anything about it then. But now all of a sudden it's the police's turn to get a bit of treatment. Now all of a sudden there's a big old problem. Now all of a sudden it needs to be pro-choice. Now all of a sudden the police's opinions on this are white hot. Well, I'll tell you what, the opinions of the public in Australia and in the rest of the Western world, Britain, United States, everywhere else, it's also white hot there amongst the general population. So how about we just stop the nonsense, we all come together and we tell these governments in our countries where to shove it. Right, that's it, guys. Got nothing else to say on this. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Please, in all cases, get into the comments and let me know what you think. And yeah, that's it pretty much. And have a good day. I'll see you in the next one.